Night out with my coworkers almost cost me my life. So this video will be very important for anybody that has coworkers and decides to do certain activities outside work with these coworkers. You really have to be careful out here. Let's see what we can learn from this.
18 years old. I had graduated from basic training and I got assigned to Fort Bliss, Texas, home of
So this looks like a military type of story based on what you said already.
the Air Defense Artillery, December 1999. And I remember I went through in processing and they took me to my unit. They handed me the keys and they were like, I'll see you on Monday. It was a Friday night. Cool, not a problem. I am new. I don't know a single soul. And I remember there was some folks, they were like, hey, you're the new girl. Yes, I am. Hey, we're having a couple of drinks. Do you want to come through? Sure, sure.
Oh boy, big mistake. Big mistake.
Why not, right? It's fun. I was free. I've been locked down for 5 months in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I was free, boss. I was free. And so they started plying me with drinks. Plying and plying and plying. And I had never drank before.
Oh
So I'm a
boy.
lightweight. I'm a super lightweight. And I remember I don't know, they were like, try this drink and try that drink and try this drink. So I was drinking all sorts of shit, ranging from beer to wine to sparkling spritzers or whatever, and it was cool. And I remember there was this guy, and I'm gonna call him the fuck out, Fuller. And he had just came in, and he was like, "Oh, you the new girl?" I said, "I am." Right? And the way he was looking at me, it was just
Let me move this over here. My fault, y'all.
a little on the creepy side. But I'm 18. I don't know shit. I'm just trying to.
Man. I think this video pertains to women. Be careful. Be careful. Goodness. It can happen in guys too, but more so women. Gotta be careful.
Fit in. After about an hour of drinking, I wasn't feeling too good. I was like, yeah, I am past the point. I ain't trying to pass out. I don't know you people like that. I'm gonna go to my room. So the whole time I'm stumbling in the hallway, and I'm like, do I even remember what room I? I remember trying to stick my key in the door, right? So it was metal key. They didn't have the magnetic keys back then. It was a key. So I'm sitting there like, I think I know what room I'm in. I'm not sure. I didn't
Oh,
quite like drill what the room number is. And sure enough, I remember counting the doors, and I made it to my room. And I was like, oh, I'm fucked up. I'm really, really fucked up. Moments later, I hear a knock on my door. And here comes Fuller.
Oh boy. Why do you open the door? Why do you open the door? This is why alcohol does not enter my system. It doesn't. I'm proud to say that. It's been about 5 years, I would say. 5 or 6 years. No, more than that. I think 7. It's close to 7. Alcohol does not enter my system. I don't care. You can be social without having alcohol in your system.
So, hey, what's up? And he was like, let me come in. I was like, nah, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. He's like, no, let me come in.
Man. I hope you reported this. I hope you reported this. Because if you remember this much, I just hope you reported it. And I hope that person is off the military for doing that. Anyways, let's keep listening to the story.
No. Now, mind you, I'm drunk, but I am coherent just enough.
Yeah.
Just like this much. Like, had I had another drink, I'd be completely, like, drunk. Like, I was on the verge of being blackout drunk. I wasn't coherent enough to drive a vehicle, but I was barely stumbling to get to my...
What do you mean by that? If you have an ounce of alcohol in your system, you shouldn't drive. Period. Period.
room, but it was enough to be like, I don't know this dude and I don't want him in my room. Oh, by the way, I didn't have a roommate at the time, so I was alone in my room. And he was like, let me come in. And each time I was like, no, I'm tired. I don't feel good. I'm about to go to sleep. So I'm just being nice. I said, hey, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm not feeling good. I'm a little too drunk.
Nah, you can't be nice in that situation. It protects you. Honestly. Some people just don't get the hint. Why are you in someone's room when they clearly are trying to get it together? They're clearly not completely conscious of what they're doing. Okay, as a man, if you cannot get her sober, you can't get her. Period. You don't need to make sure they're intoxicated. You don't. If you need alcohol, you don't have it. Put the drugs and alcohol. Leave the drugs and alcohol alone. It can be social without it. Honestly.
You have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Just as I'm getting ready to close the door, Fuller sticks his arm in the door to block me
That's
from
wild.
closing the door. When I tell you my survival instincts clicked in so fast, I cocked that door and slammed it clean in his arm for him to jerk. I
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Alright.
locked the door and I moved the desk and the chair so he would be able to get in. When I tell you my heart was pounding so fast
Jeez.
and I was so scared,
I wasn't expecting that.
I was like, oh my God. I don't know. For some odd ass reason, my next move was to hop in a shower, like as if a shower was going to sober me up. Mind you, this
Boy.
is 1999. I had just graduated from basic training. I am at Fort Bliss, Texas. I've never been to Fort Bliss, Texas.
Well, 1999. How many years ago was that? 27 years ago? What was it? 2026? Yeah, 27 years ago. Okay. So you're in your, what was it? 18 plus. Someone do the math for me.
Texas. I had never left the state of Louisiana before. And so there's no cell phones, right? We ain't got no cell phones like that. And all I remember just barricading my door and thinking a shower was going to sober me up. Somehow, after I managed to calm down, I fell asleep. And because I had drawn the drapes and everything else, I woke up, freaked out, because I didn't realize that I went to sleep naked. Freaked
Whoa.
out. Immediately, I'm looking to see if anybody else was in the room with me. And that's when I had to regain my senses and was like, no, you're safe. You're safe. You're in your room. There's nobody there. And then I see how I had the desk and the chair barricading the front door.
Okay.
Mind you, I've never seen this dude before. I don't know. This was my first night at the unit.
Damn.
And I was like, wow. Alrighty then. So Monday comes along, right? I can't even tell you what I did Saturday and Sunday.
Before she goes to Monday,
Damn, this is crazy.
they just like, it's not get money. Things to me, us, the average. What you don't get it. Fight problem. Let's just, I want to talk about said gas.
Bitch ass. And I was like, cool. And I see Fuller's bitch ass. And he's a specialist. And at the time, I'm a PFC.
Specialist. Okay. I wonder what rank that is to be a specialist.
And I said, what the fuck did you think you were going to do trying to force yourself into my room? No, I wasn't even like that. When I tell you, I cussed that dude out from top to bottom. It was like, you're a pervert. Stay the fuck away from me.
You should have reported it to your supervisor. Don't talk to the person. Report it to your supervisor. Get that guy out of there. That's weird. You don't try to go into someone's room after they said no. You should have reported that person to your supervisor. I hope you did that.
He's like, nah, I just wanted to check on you. I don't fucking know you. Stay your creepy ass away from me. Because after I told you no, you call yourself...
You're too nice. You're too nice. If that happened to me, you're off. You're gone. There is no tolerance for that. I'm speaking from the perspective of a woman. If that happened, immediately there'll be consequences. There is no stay away from me and cussing. No, you'll be out.
I'm trying to force yourself into my room. What do you think was gonna happen? That dude spent the month apologizing, doing any and everything. And I straight told my squad leader, keep that motherfucker away from me. And I
Okay.
told my squad leader what happened.
Okay. Good.
Because nothing
Good.
happened. My squad leader made sure that he ran interference and told him to stay the fuck away from me.
That's it? That's it? Damn.
And the entire time I was in that unit, he never looked in my direction.
You know, if that happened, for the record, I serve. I'm not going to say what unit as well for quite some time now. If the same thing happened, you'll be under investigation. Yeah, it wouldn't be this small thing. Of course, 1999, different than now. But if it happened today, you'll be under investigation with many implications. So, yeah, the consequences will be harsher if you're in that situation.
I'm gonna have to say that what saved me from being raped that night, because we're gonna call a spade a spade. That
Damn.
motherfucker had every intention to get in my room and force himself on me. And what saved me from being raped that night was the advice that I was given.
Here's the thing for guys to protect yourselves. If she doesn't initiate, don't do anything. Yes, I said it. I said it to protect yourself. If she doesn't initiate, don't do anything. If she doesn't initiate, she doesn't like you. That's also another thing to keep in mind. You don't need to be that thirsty. You don't. But this is different level.
By one of the female drill sergeants. She wasn't my drill sergeant. I wished she was my drill sergeant instead of that bitter ass bitch Priscilla Jackson.
She said her name.
When I tell you, she caught me in the PX, and I remember she had like brown hair, about similar to what I have, with blonde highlights, and she was so beautiful, and she had this quiet authority about her that just oozed feminine energy. And she was just so pretty, and all I could think about was, I wish she were my drill sergeant.
Why? Okay. Anyway.
And the advice that she gave me came from a place of love, came from a place of care and concern. She said, hey, when you get to your duty station, I just need you to remember this. They're going to be coming for you. They're going to come for you, the new girl. And oh, by the way, you're pretty. Never ever drink by yourself, meaning you are the only woman in the room surrounded by males. Don't do that. Okay.
Honestly, don't drink. Don't drink. Okay? Don't drink. I'll go further. You don't need alcohol. Nothing ends up being good at the end of the day after lots of drinks. Nothing good happens.
Okay? Don't. Do not be alone and drunk. If you don't know these people, you're not tight with these people, do not drink. Do you know that rule? 25 years later, I still carry, if I don't know you, I don't drink around you. I will not get drunk around nobody I don't know. Thanks to her.
It's dangerous, man.
She's telling me all of the tips and what to expect when I got to my permanent duty assignment. And I wish I remembered her name. I remember seeing her around because she was another drill sergeant from a different platoon, and all I could think was, wow, all of these. I remember making something snarky like, damn, why my company got the busted bitches? She is so pretty. The other company got like this beautiful woman as a drill sergeant, and I could see myself in her. And all I could think about was, yes, drill sergeant. Yes, thank you, drill sergeant. And her advice saved me from being raped that night. And I wish I knew her name.
That's good advice, though. That's good advice. I would just add to it, don't drink alcohol. And honestly, when it comes to your coworkers, they're your coworkers. They're not your friends. All right, I hate to say this. You don't know these people. Don't think that you can always buddy outside of work. Like keep work and your life outside of work separate. Don't try to mix it together. Nothing ends up going well. Especially if you're an attractive person, you have a lot of things going for you. You don't know what people's intentions truly are. I'm speaking from experience as well. You don't know. Keep whatever you have going on outside of work, outside of work. You don't really know what people's intentions are, like I said. It's not always positive. Even though on the surface it looks like they like you. They don't. I promise you. Unfortunately.
But I wish I could just say thank you. But if you remember our encounter 25 years ago, it was at the PX. I had just graduated from basic training, and she pulled me to the side and gave me that advice. And I'm going to say thank you so much.
This is awesome. That was a good video. Let me know your thoughts about it. What is your advice to a friend? Let's just say if it was your son or your daughter. You know where they work. You know that they have sometimes activities outside of work. What advice would you give them? Especially when it comes to alcohol in particular. Personally, I would just say stay away from alcohol. But what would you tell your son or daughter? Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video and reacting with me. Let me know your thoughts about it. Let me know what other reactions I should do, and I definitely will do that. Other than that, may God bless you, and I'll see you next video.
Metro Boomin, want some more, nigga.